Welcome to the Arthur Moats Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Arthur Moats Show, which is recorded out of Total Sports Enterprises, Pittsburgh's exclusive supplier and signed memorabilia, located at 100 Business Center Drive, Suite 300, Pittsburgh, PA 15205. And recently, the Alliance of American Football, or better known as the AAF, ended all operations just abruptly out the blue. And yeah, I'm not too much of a fan of that because I felt like this league had a lot of promise. I felt like it was doing some really positive things, giving guys who might have been on the fringe in terms of being on the NFL roster, it gave them an opportunity to put out game film. It gave them opportunity to develop. And seeing how the league just abruptly ended like that, it really just upset me. And here's why. When you look at the amount of players who've been signed to NFL contracts since the AAF has ended, it shows that, hey, there was talent. There was NFL level talent in this league. But I feel that the way it ended, it really just didn't give these guys that opportunity to fully put their best foot forward. Now, when you look at the amount of guys who signed since the ending of the AAF, the first name that comes to my mind is one of my former JMU Duke guys, Andrew Ankara, who was recently with the Orlando Apollos, signed with the Washington Redskins. Also, the Pittsburgh Steelers have been very active signing AAF players, signing 3 guys, 2 from the Birmingham Iron and 1 from the San Diego Fleets. Now, when you also look at some other teams league-wide who have been involved in the AAF and signing players, you have the Carolina Panthers, the Denver Broncos, Kansas City Chiefs, the Browns, Vikings, and the Raiders have all signed guys who played with the AAF. And when you think about that, it shows me that, hey, the league did serve a positive purpose. It gave these guys the opportunity to get that film out there. It gave them opportunity to develop. And going forward, I still feel this league can be a developmental league for the NFL. I do think that when you talk about a league like this, as long as they're not competing with the NFL, I think that they have a chance to still be successful. So going forward, it'll be interesting to see what happens next. Are they going to continue? Are they going to change their business plan or whatever it may be? Because I think it's just too much of a market right there and was too much of a need from a player standpoint, get an opportunity to get those game reps, to get that extra film out there, to ultimately prove a case for themselves in terms of making it on the NFL, making it into an NFL roster. But going forward, we're going to find out how these AAF guys transition, to see how they play versus NFL level talent on a day in and day out basis. And it'll be fun to watch. But now we have to transition into my mailbag.
You've got mail.
Once again, I asked some questions through social media, what you guys want to hear about, and some of the topics that we got back. First off, my man Brad Lambert out on the West Coast. My God, he asked me about Avengers Endgame. Can't wait.
Can't wait.
I cannot wait. Come on, baby. You got my guy Incredible Hulk. My man Thor wielding that. Yeah, it's going to be fire. You know, we got to get back old guy because he did that. And that was not cool. Next on the list, my guy Campbell, a.k.a. Only God Loves You. Now, he asked me, where's some of the places that me and the players like to eat at and hang out at in Pittsburgh? Okay, well, if we're talking about soul food, because you know I love my soul food, baby. Carmi's is right next to Hinesville. You have the fried chicken, the collard greens. Probably not the healthiest of all things, but it is yummy. Now, when we talk about hanging out, bowling alley, man. We love to get it in bowling, but then we also just love to hang out at each other's houses. I feel like it's extremely cool when we're able to just connect and, you know, be away from the public. So those are the things that we like to the places we like to hang out and, you know, some of the places we like to eat at. Now, next person on my list, this family right here, young Riley Price. She asked me advice for anybody that wants to make it to the NFL or pursue a career in professional sports. Now, I'm going to tell you this. It's not easy, but you have to have dedication, sacrifice, and your work ethic has to be crazy. And everybody always talks about what they want. But for you to have a successful career, for you to make it to this level, is less about what you want and it's more so about what you're willing to give up. How far you're willing to go. And for me, I was never the biggest. I was never the strongest. I wasn't the fastest. None of those things. Wasn't the most highly recruited coming out of high school. But my drive, what I was willing to give up, it was almost everything. because I said I wanted to be that successful. I wanted to make it to the NFL. And then not just making it here, but also staying here, being able to have a 9-year career. All those things go into it. But hey, if you want to do it, you can do it. Now, we got to address the elephant in the room. The last question on my list. A ton of people ask me about it. The AB and Juju drama. I'm not a fan of it at all. And here's why. I feel like, first off, when you're teammates, man, you get a brotherhood. When you have that brotherhood, certain things shouldn't be addressed publicly. If you have an issue with somebody, talk to them in person. If you have an issue with somebody, call them on the phone. When you take it to social media, it allows for everybody else to have an input. It allows for everybody else to have a say-so. And then ultimately, your message can be misconstrued. So I definitely feel that if those two guys are open to it, they should be able to sit down and have a conversation to make amends, because I'm just not a fan of how everything is looking right now, and it doesn't look good for the brotherhood. But hey, that's all I got to say about that right now. I appreciate you tuning in, and until next time, peace.